YouTube! I am Pinstar, and this is 2 Point Campus Strategy and Tactics. So today we're going to go over your students' healthiness. This is a somewhat elusive part of their needs matrix here, in that there is no machine that will directly increase it, with, well, one or two exceptions. It is more of a systemic measure, and I've seen a lot of people who are struggling with this, with really low healthiness needs. Well, as you can see from just this rogue sampling of my student body, my students are pretty darn healthy. And let me give you a couple of tips on how to promote that. The number one thing is fresh air, this fresh air buff. Whenever a student is outdoors, they get the fresh air buff. The fresh air buff will very slowly regenerate and fill up their healthiness need. It's not passive, but you can see they're not doing anything specifically to promote healthiness, but their healthiness is very slowly increasing just by them standing outside. So that's number one. So how do we get our students to spend their free time outside? Well, the number one tip I have, and this is my first tip related to clubs, is everything related to clubs. No matter what clubs you decide to use, put them outdoors. Put the club recruitments outdoors. Put the club objects outdoors. Everything related to clubs belongs outdoors. Even though you can put them indoors, there's no rule against it. You should put them outdoors. Because as club members use objects, they're going to stand wherever the object is. So if the object is outdoors, then they're going to be outdoors. And in addition to, in this case, getting their power napper ranks up, they're also going to be getting their fresh air on, and therefore their healthiness. I'm sure the earthquake isn't helping them, but that's besides the point. Tip number two. All of your friend-making and romance equipment, with a few limited exceptions, should be located outside. Benches, romance benches, other benches, whenever people want benches, put them outside. Yes, you can put them inside. I even advocated possibly doing it in my Lucky Student Lounge, but that's not the best place for them. They should all be outside, because if your students want to congregate, they want to mill around, they want to mix and mingle, they can do that. They can get their crush on and their romance on, while also getting their healthiness boosted out here. Last but not least, and this is something I'm still testing the efficacy of, if you are going to provide food and drinks outdoors, you might as well do the stalls out here. Now, I am still testing the various stalls as far as their effectiveness and whether or not it is worth having stalls at all. But if you are going to run stalls, run them outdoors, because people waiting in line for them will have their healthiness boosted as well. Last but not least, a boost to their happiness, if not their healthiness. The objects that you can place outdoors that increase attractiveness are cheap and plentiful, and you can very easily max green your outdoor areas, especially where people travel. That way, when people are spending time outside, they're marinating in the healthiness outdoors. They're also marinating in the attractiveness and increasing their attractiveness happiness metric. As you can see, just by standing out here, attractiveness is going up and their healthiness is already maxed out. So use your outdoor areas accordingly. If you guys like this episode and you want to see more like it, go ahead and hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and leave me a comment. Good, bad, or indifferent. Your feedback's always welcome. So until next time, this has been Pinstar signing out. See ya!